Sanhedrin Daf Ayin Dalet Amud Aleph 6 lines down. Previously on Sanhedrin, we mentioned that Rabbi Yonatan ben Shaul said that a person can't kill someone who's chasing to kill someone else if you have an option just to wound him. You see Reuven chasing Shimon, you usually have to kill Reuven. However, Rabbi Yonatan ben Shaul says that if you can stop the murder from happening by injuring him, you're not allowed to kill him. My time at Rabbi Yonatan ben Shaul, how do we know that? V'chi Yeneson Rashim. Pasuk says in the Torah, men are fighting and they hit a pregnant woman and then she has a miscarriage. Mamar Bilazar, they said on that. In that case, in that Torah where they're fighting and they actually hit a lady who's pregnant, there's talking about a case where they're trying to kill each other. The Pasuk says, because what happens is they said if it kills her, they're chayav. Because it must have been an attempt to kill. Like Moses says, and even so, Amar Rahman Torah said, Lo ason anosh anesh. That if there is no fatality, if it's only a miscarriage, he doesn't kill her, he still has to pay, which shows that he was not Hayat Mita during the time he was trying to kill. So, it makes sense to say, Yachol Hatzil Be'echad Nevarav. Therefore, must be talking about, maybe the Torah is talking about a case where you're able to injure the guy instead of killing him. Lo nitan latzil. Therefore, you didn't have to kill him. And that's how you're able to be chayav for the fetus, payment to the fetus, because otherwise, if he was chayav mita at the time, and if you're able to kill him at the time, then you wouldn't need, then you would be chayav. So you'd be patur from the monetary payment. According to the opinion that says, according to the other opinion that says that even if you're able to injure him to stop the murder, you're still allowed to kill him. What would be the case in the Torah where you'd be paid financial payment for the miscarriage if he's supposed to die? The Gemara says, here is different. Because technically, death penalty for this guy and the penalty for the money is for the other party. The Gemara says in a second, no, there's no difference. No difference who the two separate plaintiffs are in this scenario. If you're doing two separate things at the same time, one of them is bita, one of them is money, you're patur from the money. So the Gemara says, okay, fine. And we see the Amar Rabba says that someone chasing someone else to kill him, and while the guy is chasing to kill him, Reuven chasing Shimon, Reuven broke vessels. Ben Shem them whether no matter whose they belong to. Patur, he's patur from paying it. Might know why. Mitayeb ben Asho, because he's hayab mita. So therefore we see that you're hayab mita while you're trying to kill someone, you're able to be killed rather. Therefore you're patur from paying any obligation. If the guy Shimon is running away and he breaks Reuven's vessels, patur is patur. Shekol adam hayab, because and v'shel kol adam, and if he broke someone else's property, chayav is chayav. My time why? Shalur patur. The reason why he's patur if he broke the guy who's chasing him because because technically, if the guy's able, if the pursuer is able to get killed for what he's doing, so for sure, if you broke his item, then you're patur. Shekol adam hayav. You broke someone else's item while trying to run away. You're chayav because you're saving yourself with your friend's money, and therefore you're still chayav. You save yourself using your friend's item, you're chayav. Now, third one. If someone was chasing after another guy, trying to stop him from killing someone, but she vertically when you broke something while trying to stop Reuven from killing Shimon, ben shel rodef, ben shel nedaf, ben shel kodam, whoever it was, your patur. But lo min adin, not technically halacha that's the reason you're patur, because the reason why you're patur is not because of halacha, but rather it's hakanah. If I'm saving Shimon by killing Reuven and I'm chasing after him and I break something, I'm automatically patur because why? We don't want to discourage me. I'm driving my car to try to save someone and I'm driving like a maniac. If I'm going to be chayav while driving, then I wouldn't drive to save the guy. So we make him, you know what? You have a green light. Go save Shimon. Whatever you hit on the way, you're patur. Next part, Mishnah. Our Mishnah says that if someone's chasing after an animal for it to be with it, or for Shabbat, or Avodah Zarah, you don't kill him. Tanya Rabbi says, Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai says, how would it come in telling us someone who's Avodah Zarah, you can kill him to stop him. If you want to say, if in the case of the Mishnah, which talks about blemishing another person, like a male or an Adam Urasad, then that's going to show you able to kill him. To avoid the dishonoring of Hashem himself, for sure you'll be able to stop. If you're doing Avodah Zarah, for sure you'll be able to stop him. The Gemara says, "V'yechi onshim min adin." Well, I thought you said we don't make kava chomer. Most opinions say that you don't do a kava chomer to say you're chayad mita on something. The Gemara says, "Kasavar onshim min adin." Yes, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai is actually one of the few opinions that say you do make a kava chomer. And he brings a kava chomer. If I, the fact that I could stop someone from raping another man, I could also kill him to stop him from doing zina. Tanamar says, Rabbi Elazar ben Rabbi Shimon Omer. The son of Rabbi Shimon says, "Hamechal Shabbat someone who's mechal Shabbat." Who's going to be Mechal Shabbat, you also can kill him to stop him. Savar la kavu. He holds like his father, the Amar Onshim that you can make a kavachomer regarding capital punishment. Va'ate Shabbat bihalu halu ba'arthim. He learns Exer Shabbat from Shabbat to Shabbat from Avodah Zarah, and that's how you're chayav. Okay. Amar B'Yochai Mishum Rabbi Shimon ben Yehosadak. Nimnu v'gamru b'layat bet nitzeh be'elod. They took a vote and they decided the following halacha in this house. Kol avirot shpatura, all avirot natura, imamrin la'adam avor ve'el tehareg. They tell him, do this or I'll kill you. Yeah, avor ve'hareg, do the avira and don't get killed. Chutz, except for the big three. Avodat kachavim b'gvarat v'shivot amin. Avodah Zarah, immorality, or murder. Tomorrow says, "Avodat chavim lo." 1 second. You're not allowed to do it to save your life. But it says, how do you know that if someone tells you do avodah zarah and you will be killed? How do you know that you're able to serve it and then not be killed? Pasuk says, you should live with mitzvot, do not die. Therefore, you should do avodah zarah to save yourself. The Gemara says, maybe you might think even you're allowed to do that in public. You have to make a kiddush Hashem, and therefore you cannot actually be mechalal shem shemayim in public. But we see, however, privately at least, you can do avodah zarah. The Gemara says, no, inhu the amar kiyozah they hold like Rabbi Elazar. The Gemara says that Rabbi Elazar, after the Shem love Hashem with your heart, soul, and resources, your money. If you say your soul, money. Say soul. Teach you separate things. If we have someone who loves money more than his life, that's the biggest sacrifice. That's why he'll say, love Hashem with your soul. Yani, sacrifice your soul as well, your life, to rather do al-Zara. If someone loves his money more than his life, therefore it says, even give up your money for Hashem. So we see, Rabbi Elazar holds that you should sacrifice your life for Avodah, then do Avodah Zarah, and he fits with that takana in Nizza. Okay. How do we know that? How do we know that you can't do immorality or murder? Because the Bible says, the Bible says, "Ki kashe yakum ish areu tzachon nefesh pen ken hadavar hazeh." Right? Regarding the Aram it randomly, we mentioned this before. It randomly mentions the same way if a man were to come up against his friend and kill him, so too the same thing regarding the rape of an Aram. Like Mar says, what do we learn from the murderer? Nothing. It must be that the fact that they're mentioning it over here by the Aram is teaching you something else. You compare the halachot from the murderer to a na'ara marsa. Just like an amar, you can save her from being raped by killing her, the rapist. The murderer, you can stop the murder from happening by killing it. Also compare the following thing. Just like you can't kill someone, you have to die rather than kill someone else. So too, the numbers say you have to kill without in order and get killed rather than being forced to be with her. Okay. I didn't really know how to kill someone else. I already know that you can't kill someone else and now they have to die for it. The Gemara says it was logical. A guy came over to the Rabban and asked him, the governor of my city told me, go kill Reuven. And if not, I'll kill you. What's the halacha? My life famous concept, let him kill you, don't kill anybody else. Famous phrase. Who said that your blood is redder than his? Maybe his blood is redder than yours. Yani, it's up to us to decide whose life is more important, and therefore let yourself be killed rather than killing someone else. That's what we know that you can't kill to save your life. We said that the big three sins that you should kill yourself rather than do the averot, that only applies when there's no oppressive government. Yani, the government's not out to get us. But if they are oppressing us for being Jewish, you shall allow yourself to be killed even for a minor mitzvah. don't do the avira and get killed. Even when they're not against us, oppressive, only applies in private. But even if it's in public, if they're doing a public thing that they're trying to tell you, yeah, do avira in public, you should let yourself be killed and not do the avira. My mitzvah kala was considered my mitzvah. Marav barav yitzhak marav. Even in the case of telling you to change your shoelaces, they used to have like a Jewish, more modest shoelaces than the Goyim. They tell you in public, go change your shoelaces to the non-Jewish one, get killed. Don't do it. Become a Parasiyah was considered public. Marbi Yaakov, Marbi Yachan, and Parasiyah public is 10 people. Pshita Yisrael Beinan must be that obviously there has to be Jews part of that 10 people. The team, the Israel. But remember, the halacha is what if there's 9 Jews and 1 goy? Is that considered public? If there's 9 Jews and 1 goy, they tell the guy, "Do you change his shoelaces? Yes, I lie or not?" Tashma bring proof. We make Zera Shava the following words. We make that Zera Shava of being to Hashem. And Zera Shava from the rebellion of Korach to separate yourself among the people. Just like over there by Korach was 10 Jews, so too by Kedush Hashem and killing yourself by Kedush Hashem, you have to have 10 Jews in order to be chayav in that. Now look at this. Here we are on Rosh Chodesh Adar, and we are mentioning Esther Hamalka. How did Esther Hamalka publicly marry Ahashverosh and be with him if it's considered a public sin? The Gemara says, Esther wasn't actively with him, physically. When she was physically with him, she remained completely passive while he was with her, and therefore, since she wasn't active doing anything, she was not chayav. The Gemara says, "Hanat atzman different. Hanat atzman jani." When the goy is doing it for himself, it's different. They don't say that. When they used to have this festival, they used to have in the Goyim used to have a festival with their temples. They used to borrow heaters from everybody in the town. So they used to borrow from the Jews as well. How do you give it to them? If it's like Avodah Zarah, Chilul Hashem, where I said there must be a difference between when the goy is doing it for his own pleasure versus someone else. Another opinion says that it wasn't Esther. It was an angel that used to come instead of her place. Okay. Goy tells the Jew, go cut this animal feed and give it to your animal. And you're going to kill you. You should cut it and don't let yourself be killed. Says, go cut it and throw it into the river, I'll kill you. Get killed, don't cut it. Why? Because obviously, in the first case, it's not obvious that it's because the guy wants you to do it just to do it. In the second case, where he's telling you to waste this thing that you're doing a melacha for, as being oppressive, die for that. Does a Ben Noah is chayav in this mitzvah of dying to Hashem or not? He's bringing proof. 1 second, we know that 7 Noach does not mention dying to Hashem. Otherwise, it would have been 8. The Gemara says not an answer. Technically, if it was part of it, it doesn't have to mention it separately because when it says these seven mitzvot, and also Kriyish Hashem will be included in it. It won't be a separate mitzvah, not a proof. Okay. Ben Noach chayav or not? When Naaman told Elisha, he kind of did shuvah because Naaman was a general. So Naaman told Elisha, listen, I want to do better. Elisha said, don't do Avodah Zarah. He says, okay, but 1 second. My problem is, and Naaman told Elisha, listen, I want to stop Avodah Zarah, but when I'm with when I'm with my master, the king of Aram, I have to hold his arm while he bows down to Avodah Zarah and I have to bow down with him. Elisha said, don't worry about it. Go ahead, go home. So, but if it's true that you have to die Akdush Hashem, then Naaman should have had to die Akdush Hashem. Why do you say go home in peace? Don't worry about bowing down if you're not bowing down for, you're just helping down the king. The Gemara says no. The case in Naaman was private. There's no Jews there. Over here, and regarding public acts, you should be the Ben Noach might be chayav. Okay. There's a guy who saw a certain woman, and he became obsessed with her. He started dying out of obsession. وبقى مش from the as daughters. I'm gonna إنه تقنع أجد he has no fix unless he's with her. I'm gonna Hamid said يموت لو تبال Hamid said don't be with her, die, don't be with her. تعمل في نعمة maybe the doctors, maybe she should stand in front of him undressed, maybe that will help him. يموت لو تبال في مرات. Hamid said no, you can't let a Jewish girl be undressed. She's a very let him just talk to her behind the fence. يموت فلو تسافر مو Hamid said no, don't let him even talk to her behind the fence. It's inappropriate. Now the Gemara says, one opinion says that she was married, and therefore they weren't even able to be together. That makes more sense to what's going on. Second one is bigger. The other opinion said no, she was actually unmarried. And she still couldn't do any of this, even talking to the guy. Now, makes sense according to the opinions that she was married. That's why you couldn't do anything. It's very inappropriate. And according to the opinion that she's unmarried, what's the reason? Why couldn't she do any of these things? The Gemara says, because if you did it, it would forever be a stain on the family, the woman's family. The Gemara says, these type of things are the gateway into inappropriate things with immorality, in illegal intimacy. We don't want Benot Israel. Look how important it is that our daughters remain pure, that nothing even slightly encroaches on that. The Gemara says, okay, simpler fix. She's not married, let her marry him. Boom, everything's legal. The Gemara says, says, no, if he would have married her, he would no longer be obsessed with it wouldn't fulfill his obsession. Because why the Torah says that Rabbi says that when the Beit HaMikdash was destroyed, the full enjoyment of intimacy for married people was removed and was given to the Goyim. As the Pasuk says, only stolen waters are sweet. Meaning the Yetzer Hara only amplifies and entices us with stolen things, yani illegal in arayot, and that's why this guy was having such a hard time. And if he would have married her, it wouldn't have healed him.